slow today.
Still sleeping. It's cold outside.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 13th at Cherished Pieces in Tillsonburg, Ontario. You are tuned in to our Facebook Live, and it's Arlene and I. Arlene, I think you need to come closer to me. There we go.
Squish in.
Yes. So, what do you think?
We're getting close to Christmas.
I know.
Stuff my stocking. We've got it all ready and ready for pickup. Or if you'd like it mailed, you can give us a call.
Mm-hmm.
But we were busy putting that all together for everyone. So,
and it was very successful. We thank you very much for participating. A lot of people had lots of fun, and they keep commenting that you got to keep doing this every year. I'm like, yep, we will.
We have fun with it too, though, because it's fun to do the shopping, I call it, beforehand, to pick out what we're going to offer, and it's exciting for us to see when you are all interested in the items that we pick.
So I think we had about 270 participants, so I think that's really good. And yeah, it was a great year.
Many of the days were sold out, most days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had to get up super early for some of them to get the deal. But then we learned a lot, and I'm sure you did too, so we just carry on those things to next year.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. We've got some people watching, which is really good. It's Pat. She says, Road Trip Friday. Awesome. We love road trips. Mary, Kathy.
Yeah, lots of viewers tuning in, so that's fun. It is a little chilly this morning, but very frosty. But still beautiful. The sun is shining, and we'll take it, right?
So just like the little frost on the glass and on the roofs is just pretty. And
yeah.
I got away with just my windshield wipers and windshield washer.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay.
I got the scraper out. So will you call when they are ready? They are ready.
Yeah, so everything's ready. Come and pick it up or give us a call.
Yeah.
And we want to have everything paid before the 21st. So if you think all of a sudden you're not going to be able to make it, please call us and pay for your items, or we will call you. But it will help us if we can get through that.
Yeah. I just seen if somebody asked if we are open next week Monday. No, we are not. We're still closed Mondays.
That we should talk about our Christmas hours. So we're open regular hours next week, and then only open till noon on the 23rd. The Saturday, and then we're closed the following week for Christmas week, and then we reopen on Tuesday, January 2nd, regular hours.
That's right.
So hopefully we'll have some days to sleep in.
Spend some time with the
family. Yeah. Enjoy the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should dive right in.
Okay. Well, I have a demo for you this morning. This is maybe an older technique, but sometimes old becomes new again. So these are the folded snowflake pot holders. So I thought I would just kind of step by step break it down for you a little bit and show you that they're not complicated. It's just going step by step. So
yeah,
I thought I would show that to you. So for starters, you'd get a piece of muslin. A large piece of muslin, and all the instructions are in there. But what you're doing is you need the old protractor. Now, I couldn't find one. You can print them online. You can just type in protractor, printable protractor. You can print one, and it works. So you just start with a line down the center, and then you're using your protractor, and the instructions will tell you which degrees to put your lines, and then it tells you symbols to put on each line, like a star or 3 lines and 8, and that will help you later when you're putting your folded stars on, your folded snowflakes. So then you're cutting 2-inch strips in the colors that you're using. So I'm using a background of white with a little bit of Christmas colors and a green. So you're doing 2-inch strips, and then you're folding it over and pressing it with your iron just 1/2 inch. Now, I didn't even measure. I just kind of eyeballed it because I don't want to sit there and measure 1/2 inch all across 4 or 5 strips of each.
So you went willy-nilly.
I did. And you know what? I think that's okay. But if you want to be particular, you can measure and do your 1/2 inch. So once you get that pressed and on, you will cut 3-inch sections. So you'll have these where they're folded over and they're 3 inches.
Okay.
Then your next step is to fold those in half so you get a little square like that. So there's the folded 1/2 inch, then you're folding it half and you're pressing it again and you get these little squares. So I have some green squares and some white squares.
Okay.
Then you're going back to your big muslin with the lines, and it shows you to start with a piece of white as your base, so that just gets sewn right on top. Then you start doing your folds. So what you'll do, and you'll follow the instructions, it'll tell you what symbol to put a star on, and you put it, so say I'm putting it on this one next. And it also tells you how many inches from the center down to go. So I think the next step was 2 inches. So that's where you would measure your 2 inches, and I'm just going to eyeball it for now. And you lay it on, and you would sew down that center where you folded it.
Oh, to tack it down.
To tack it down. And you would do that probably on 6 of them, all the way around. And then you do the same to that one, and the same to this one. Then after that, after those are all sewn, then you would go and fold it down like that.
Like a little V?
Like a little V. And then that's where you could press it if you wanted, just to hold it in place. Or you can just put a pin there. So you would do that all the way around again. Fold them down. And don't worry if they're showing, because your layers will hide the muslin. The more you go, you just have to trust the process and keep going as instructed. So I'm just pinning. There, that's not a very good pin job, but I would probably just quickly press it and then pin it. But you do that all the way around, so you get them all the way around, and then you would go back to your sewing machine and you're just sewing right on the edge, like a very scant edge. You can see that I've done it there, maybe you can see it, and you're just going around, so you're pretty much making a circle, sewing along the edge, just the bottom edge, to tack that down.
So you could pin it all, take it to your sewing machine and do one sew.
Just one sew, like one circle around. Then you would go back to your instructions and look for what the next layer is. So I'll just show you one of the pages. So round 1, it shows you need 6 of your lights, 1/2 inch from the center. So that's where you would do 1/2 inch there. And then it just describes how to fold it. Then round 2, you need 6 lights again and 6 dark, 1 inch from center.
Okay.
So it's just step by step. The instructions just tell you how to keep building it out and building it out to get that snowflake. And then eventually you would have it done. You would trim it, and then you would put the backing on, do a little quilting if you want, and put binding on, just as usual.
So maybe next week.
Maybe next week I will show you the finished product.
I'm excited to see it.
So yeah, it's kind of a fun something. I don't know, I just enjoy, sometimes you don't want a big project of a big quilt. Sometimes you just want a small project.
Well, and sometimes something that looks a little challenging. Right?
Yes. So this is something I've never done before, and it's like I said, maybe a little bit of an older technique, but bring it back because it's still beautiful when it's done. So I'm excited to see it. So we do have these patterns if you're interested in giving it a try. They are $12, and I think we only have 10, and when they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, just $12 to give a new technique something fun to try. So I will see what I can do to show it next week done.
Awesome. So there's your challenge for the week. Beth says she's like to try it. Well, now that you showed it, it looks... I looked at the pattern. I'm like, oh, I don't know what this is. I can put it back. Yeah. But now that you've shown it, it's very doable.
Down. Yeah. Getting those little squares prepped is what's taking the time. Folding those strips, then cutting it, then folding it again and pressing it. But once you have those prepped and you've just had them sitting piled beside your sewing machine, if you had a little iron, away you went. It would go pretty quick then. So
that's no different than when we do cutting and all that for quilts, right?
Yeah. So just the prep work, it always takes time.
Yeah, that's key. And then that makes your project turn out nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So we thought we would also show some gift ideas. You know, if you're still Christmas shopping, you don't know what to get, or people are asking, what do you want for Christmas?
That's right.
Yeah, so...
Or if the husbands are watching.
Oh, yes. There could be some significant others watching. So we'll show you some ideas. Well, of course, our irons.
The cordless iron, yes.
That's a big seller, and we still have those in stock. And this is the blue one, and they're $169.99.
We do have a couple different colors, yeah.
Do you remember what they are? I think there's a like a pink or a rose.
Like a rose gold almost,
Yeah.
and I think a tealy blue.
Okay.
But
So that's always something to keep in mind, because irons do die, right, Arlene?
they do, yes.
Then we pull out the old trusty one, and what happens?
I burn my fabric because I'm not used to the old trusty one, and you might have seen the discoloration on that muslin, but
That's okay. It happens to all
it
of us.
happens, and no one will see it on the muslin, so it's okay.
That's right. Another thing that people like, or is a neat gift, are these thread stands. These are metal, and I think they're made by someone. They are
Like an
$98.95.
artist, yeah.
Yeah, Paul's Metal. Petals, they're called. And they're just gorgeous. They're works of art. Not only thread stands, but, you know, they look beautiful just on their own.
And they're welded with metal, like steel. That thing will last you a lifetime.
Oh, yeah,
Like-
forever. And it's not going to tip over, you know.
No, because it's pretty sturdy and heavy. Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be a nice gift to give someone. What do you have for notions? and
I
things?
have the Gypsy Gripper. Now, this is a must-have in most of our sewing rooms, I think. But this is something that people don't always buy for themselves. They are $28 and works great on any ruler. But if you have multiple rulers, it might be nice to have multiple Gypsy Grippers so that you're not having to switch them. So this is just a great gift that you can get for yourself or for someone else who loves to sew. It keeps your fingers away from the blade and helps you hold that ruler from slipping. And then we also have these tutu bag organizers. Now you don't have to have a tutu bag to use this organizer. There's all kinds of pockets, big pockets, little pockets for all your tools and your notions, and even probably some room here for your fabric. There's all the little ones for like your seam rippers and your different pens. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. So, and then it folds down skinny so it can slip into any of your bags if you're out and about going for a class or a retreat, and then you can just prop it up on your table and there's all your tools right at your hands. So this is another great idea for somebody. They're $52.
Yeah, I think that's pretty neat to have everything organized. Well, and then you also have to remember to put it back where you got it so it stays organized, right?
But if you had this even just sitting on your table at home, your desk, and then you have a class, you just grab it, put it in your bag, away you go.
Everything should be in there, right?
Everything you need is in there. So, and it's the Cape fabric that we all love. So,
Well, I like it that, you know, you're trying to stay organized because our tables pile up really fast when we're working, right? So one more thing to keep the surface clear.
and I like how it's clear. So you just look at it, you know where your tool is. So,
That would be a great gift idea.
and then I also have the large dual lamp for the floor. So this one is just touch. You just touch it and it turns on. And it can go pretty tall. But then it also has two plates that you can put them together to make one strong light, or you can split them apart and really spread your light out a little bit.
And each of these little arms, you can adjust the
Strength.
yeah,
Yeah.
how strong you want the light. And these are really flexible, like this whole arm thing here. I have one of these. And they're great. They're not just for sewing. They're for reading, or, you know, you need a light by your handwork.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
I know
fixing
people
something,
have them in their
you know?
living room where they like to do their handwork, or even at their bedside if they like to read at night, right? So, yep, very handy. These ones are $183.
And then, of course, there's fabric too. Maybe we'll go down for this one. The Kona Sheen Fat Quarter Bundle. I think this is the last one, right?
No, I think we have maybe two of them.
Okay, so it's $142. That's all of the fat quarters in the collection. So that'd be a fun gift. have lots of fun with that in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 27 of them. Then there's also jelly rolls. Everyone loves jelly rolls because all the work is done for you and the beautiful colors that are already put together.
And there's so many patterns for jelly rolls and I mean, to have this under the tree would be fun for any sewer. They would be thrilled with that.
Yeah, you might not see them the rest of the day because they're busy looking through all their quilting books for which pattern they like. That would kind of be me. Excuse me for a moment.
I have to start planning.
Or, when you can't fall asleep at night, this is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we have others. We just grabbed some colorful ones. That's always something to keep in mind. And then the cave umbrellas. They're $35. This is the only pattern we have, but we've been having a lot of rain lately. Mm-hmm. Could be a good stocking stuffer.
And this is a fun gift if you're not a sewer too. For all the friends and family that don't sew. But you can use a practical gift. There's nothing wrong with a practical gift. I love practical gifts. So
well, it's better than something that's going to sit in your closet for 3 years.
That's right.
Or make it into the regifting pile.
And then we do have a few calendars. We only have this one left, the red and green. A calendar always makes a great gift for somebody. So there's what each month will look like. And they are $27.99. So January's going to be here before we know it.
I know, it's hard to imagine. So we thought we would like to do something fun today. Mm-hmm. We thought we would do a Cherished Pieces staff Christmas quilt trunk show. There you go. So I personally don't have a Christmas quilt, but everyone else seems to. But I have a goal for next year.
That's right.
So we're going to show you a few Christmas quilts that some of the people have made.
Here at Cherished Pieces, yeah.
And just for some fun, So we'll start with this one. And this one is Cheryl's.
Oh, very cute. See, I haven't even seen some of these, so this is a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we got
So this is Cheryl's, and there is a little
snowman in the corner.
Santa, yeah.
Santa peeking out.
The trees are great.
Yeah, I think the tree quilts are really amazing. And there's so many different varieties and styles.
Yeah. Very nice. Just a fun little throw.
Yeah, look at the little Santa. You gotta see the little Santa.
Oh, he's cute.
Very cute. He just blends right in there.
What a nice pattern. Good job, Cheryl. Mm-hmm. That's a fun one.
Okay. Let's see what we get organized here. Now this one, Darlene made.
Darlene made this one. Okay. Oh, it looks like cars with the trees on the roofs.
So this is Bringing Home the Christmas Tree. It's vintage in the Vintage Christmas book by Lori Holt.
Okay.
And I think we've had this hanging in the store before, and she might have taught this class, but this is Darlene's Vintage Christmas quilt. Now, the quilts that we're showing, we don't have the patterns in the store. We could possibly get them, but
we'd have to do some searching, because some of these are older. Probably a couple years old, right?
So I'll give them to you.
Yep.
And then this is another one that Darlene did. It's a bigger one, too.
This one, I think she did it as Scrappy, right?
Yeah, and it's a Christmas braided quilt. She did a class with Jackie Sire. And it uses 2.5-inch strips, so that's a good one for a jelly roll, and the Omni Grid ruler, a special Omni Grid ruler.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christmas quilts are inspiring because they're all different. There's so many that you can do. And then Louise made this one. It says on Earth, Peace, Goodwill Toward Men. And she's got the cute little people.
Yeah, this one's adorable. She did a beautiful job appliquing, and she custom quilted it herself. She said she did it when she was more of a beginner, right? Mm-hmm. But I think you couldn't even tell she was a beginner because it's beautiful.
No, we love it. We said you don't need to change anything. You just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
She said the matching pair to this one hangs in a church in Tillsonburg. So.
Yeah. So that's a sweet Christmas one to hang up in your home.
And then I think Arlene has some quilts.
I had a few Christmas quilts. We love Christmas in our house. So
which is the top?
This is the top.
Oh,
this
yeah,
one,
right here.
This one has a lot of love.
I can see that. It's already been used.
This one I made just last year for my daughter, Karen.
Hold on, I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to stand
you have to stand with
right here.
There. So and it is called Be an Elf. So that whoever's snuggling with this can be the elf.
So that's Karen.
So this is Karen. She loves Christmas and she also loves pink. So I made it a little bit more feminine and pink. And then I added the border and added some length to the bottom just so it could fit on her bed. But that was...
And then you have that soft minky on the back.
Soft minky. So this one has been drug around the house, snuggled with on the couch. It doesn't stay on her bed.
It's beautiful. It's so fun.
So, yeah, she was quite surprised with it last Christmas.
Let's see where I am here.
This one I made for my husband. And it's just a 3-yard quilt pattern, and then I just add a bigger border.
I like it.
He loves the Farmall tractors, so when I found this fabric with the snowmen and the tractors, I had to make him a Christmas quilt. So, and then there is the Farmall tractors and Santa on the back. So, it is, I call it his Christmas quilt.
So does he drag this around the house?
No, but if he's chilly in the evening watching TV, he will put it on. But cute. I love having Christmas quilts because I just throw them over some of the chairs and the couch in the living room, and it just adds so much Christmas look to the room. So, and then this one I made just for the family. This was a panel that Cherished Pieces had quite a while ago, and I dug it out. I think I made this maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
I like it. Yeah, I remember this.
And I found the picture online and thought, I could make that. I didn't have a pattern. It turned out a little different, but I'm still happy with it. So
it looks very vintage too.
The barn and the tractors being on the farm for us, I really love barns and tractors. So yeah, that was another Christmas one. And there's flannel on the back of that one. Some cozy gingham flannel.
And then the last one we have is Carol's. And she hangs this in her house. She has a wall in her house that she hangs her Christmas quilts. So she has the truck with the...
This one we did as a kit a few years ago. Mm-hmm. So you might all recognize it, but this was Carol's.
But maybe you can see the quilting on it. It's gorgeous.
Let's go a little closer. Yeah, the snowflakes and the swirls.
Oh yeah, and it's almost looks like it's metallic, but it's not.
Yeah.
So it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So that's our little Christmas trunk show.
So Tammy, next year will you add to our show?
I will. You know, last night already I couldn't sleep, so I was going through Pinterest, seeing what am I going to make.
Yeah.
So Angelique and I both, because Angelique also doesn't have a Christmas quilt, and Cynthia has lots, but she's not here this morning. And there's some others that still had some too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll see what we can have next year.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I still have more in the works too, because I do love Christmas quilts. So maybe I'll have new ones to show next year too.
Awesome. It's fun to see what people make. Mm-hmm. And it's inspiring. And, you know, maybe one of you has a Christmas UFO that you could pull out and finish and enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we'll show this Christmas quilt behind us. This was a kit, Country Cardinals kit. It's 49 by 67, and it's using a panel in the center, and then we built it up with the pretty Christmas green. I call it like the forest green, and then the grays, and some of these have a little bit of shimmer in them, and it turned out quite pretty, I think. So those kits are $75, and we have this hanging in the store right now.
So it's still available. You can still whip that up. It's easy enough.
Oh, yeah. That one would come together pretty quick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that covers it?
I think that's it for today. So, yeah. I put runners on the back, my single chairs to decorate. Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we can't forget, like, table runners and tree skirts. That's another thing I need to make.
Stockings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every year it's like I should make stockings.
The one year I did, and I started like in May, and I made a tree skirt and matching stockings. And then I think they took probably most of the summer, and And then they were done, ready for Christmas. So you have to start early.
That's what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm researching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. All the stages can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we thank you for watching us, and we hope that you have a lovely day if you're Christmas shopping or baking or singing or
Finishing up your sewing project.
cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think about that.
Find something fun to do and stay warm.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, we have to show.
Oh, okay. I guess we're not off yet. We still have show and tell.
Let me do that quick.
We have 4, so it won't take that long. So that's Jane, and that's applique. And there was a little story about the raccoons. It was really cute. She had a lot of fun making that. The picture doesn't do it justice. This is Linda, a quilt for her new little grandbaby that she hasn't met yet, but is hoping to soon. And she had incorporated different things. And Jerry and Marlene with wall hanging. Is this a Christmas gift?
Yes.
Okay, so that turned out really nice. And then the name escapes me. I want to say Norma, that might not be right. If someone knows, can you put the name in the comments? But this was a gorgeous quilt.
Mm-hmm.
The points were just lovely. The colors. I think this was a gift, was it not? Oh no, she said a lot of her family was eyeing it, so she didn't know whose it was. It's a very nice classic pattern.
Okay.
Nellie. I knew that didn't sound right.
Nellie.
Sorry, Nellie. You have a lovely quilt. And so now that is the end of our show, and we will see you next week.